The Salty Dog Tavern, a place where the air is thick with the scent of stale ale and the sound of raucous laughter. Smelly, crowded, perfect. It was the kind of place where stories began and legends were born. I, Jack, leaned against the bar, nursing a watered-down ale. The drink was as uninspiring as the day had been. My companions weren't much livelier, each lost in their own thoughts, each a piece of the puzzle that made up our ragtag crew. Maya, our fierce warrior princess, sharpened her sword with a bored expression. Her eyes, though, told a different story, one of readiness and anticipation. Finn, our resident tech whiz, and by tech I mean anything older than 100 years, tinkered with a strange contraption. His fingers moved deftly, a dance of precision and curiosity. And then there was Luna, our navigator, staring at a blank map with a disturbingly serene smile. She always seemed to know more than she let on. Yeah, we were a lively bunch. But beneath the surface, we were a ticking time bomb of potential.
You think this is it, Jack? The big break we've been waiting for? The one that will change everything?
I shrugged. It was hard to say. We'd been down this road before, chasing shadows and whispers.
We've chased enough rumors. Besides, I like this one. There's something different about it.
A lost city in the clouds, hidden for centuries. It's irresistible, the stuff of legends.
Finn slammed his contraption on the table, making everyone jump. It was his way of saying he was in.
Irresponsible, more like flying ships, ancient cities, it's all hogwash. But even as I said it, I felt a flicker of hope.
Just then, the tavern door swung open, revealing a figure cloaked in shadow. The room fell silent, all eyes on the newcomer. He held out a weathered scroll, the kind that promised adventure and danger in equal measure.
I believe this belongs to you. His voice was a whisper, yet it carried the weight of destiny.
Then he was gone, leaving the scroll on a table. It was as if he had never been there, a ghost in the night, and a trail of goosebumps in his wake. The room buzzed with a new energy. This was it. Our adventure was about to begin. The scroll, as we soon discovered, was a map. Not just any map, mind you. This one spoke of a place called Skyreach, a legendary city that soared among the clouds. Legend claimed it was ruled by the Skyborn, a people who vanished centuries ago. Their secret? A fleet of flying ships powered by a mysterious energy source?
Skyreach, the stuff of legends.
Legends that could lead us to fame and fortune.
Or lead us to our doom. We don't even know if this ship is real.
Oh, it's real, and I know exactly where to find it. The journey to the ship was fraught with peril. We braved treacherous jungles, navigated scorching deserts, and even outran a grumpy volcano. Finn complained the entire time, naturally, but through it all, the map guided us. Finally, after weeks of travel, we arrived at our destination, a hidden valley shrouded in mist. And there, in the heart of the valley, lay the Leviathan. Even half-buried and covered in vines, it was a sight to behold. The ship was massive, crafted from a strange, iridescent metal that shimmered in the sunlight. Its sails, though tattered, seemed to drink in the light, pulsing with a faint energy.
By the gods.
It's beautiful.
How in the world are we supposed to get this thing in the air?
Getting the Leviathan flight ready was no easy feat. It was like trying to teach a dragon to do ballet. Luna deciphered the ship's ancient controls, which resembled a bizarre combination of celestial charts and musical instruments. Maya, with her surprising strength, helped clear debris and repair the damaged hull. Finn, after a lot of grumbling and a few accidental explosions, managed to coax the ship's energy core back to life. And then, with a shudder and a groan that echoed through the valley, the Leviathan rose into the air. The feeling was indescribable. We were airborne, soaring above the clouds, the world spread out beneath us like a rumpled map. Finn, for once, was speechless. Even Maya seemed lost for words.
We're really doing this.
We're actually flying. Our journey to Skyreach was anything but smooth sailing. Or flying, I guess. We encountered strange creatures, both friendly and fearsome.
Giant sky squids with eyes like dinner plates.
Flocks of miniature dragons that breathed lightning instead of fire.
We even stumbled across a floating market, where we traded some of Finn's gadgets for supplies and information.
But danger lurked around every cloud.
We were pursued by shadowy figures who rode winged beasts, their eyes burning with a cold fury. They were relentless, always lurking at the edge of our vision, like sharks circling a sinking ship.
Who are those guys?
No idea, but I have a feeling we're about to find out.
The further we traveled, the more treacherous our journey became. Storms, the likes of which I'd never seen, battered the Leviathan. The air crackled with energy, and the wind screamed like a banshee. It was during one such storm that we stumbled upon the Guardian.
It emerged from the heart of the tempest, a colossal creature made of storm clouds and lightning. Its eyes, burning like miniature suns, fixed on the Leviathan with terrifying intensity.
The Guardian was a being of immense power, charged with protecting Skyreach from intruders, and we were about to find out just how powerful it was.
The battle with the Guardian was the most terrifying experience of my life. It was a creature of unimaginable power. Its very presence seemed to warp reality around it. Every strike it made sent shockwaves through the air, and every roar it let out was like a thunderclap. We were fighting not just for our lives, but for the very survival of our world. Lightning lashed the Leviathan, threatening to tear it from the sky. The storm was relentless, each bolt of lightning a reminder of the peril we faced. The ship groaned under the strain, its ancient wood and metal creaking as if it might give way at any moment. The wind howled like a chorus of tormented souls. But we fought back. Every gust threatened to throw us off balance, but we held our ground. The storm was a living entity, trying to break our spirits, but we were determined to survive.
Maya's swordsmanship was a blur of steel. Her movements were precise and deadly, each strike aimed to weaken the Guardian. She was our beacon of hope, her skill with the blade unmatched by any.
In a moment of unlikely brilliance, an idea struck me like a bolt of lightning. I managed to reroute the Leviathan's energy core, channeling its power in a way I had never attempted before. It was a risky move, but it was our only chance, creating a shockwave that sent the Guardian reeling. The force of the blast was immense, and for a moment it seemed as if we had won.
And Luna? What happened to her during all this chaos? Luna, it turned out, was more than just a navigator. She was the heart of the Leviathan, her connection to the ship deeper than any of us had realized. As she played a haunting melody on the ship's controls, a look of serenity on her face, the storm seemed to respond to her music. The winds calmed and the lightning ceased its assault. I realized she possessed a connection to the Leviathan, a bond that ran deeper than any of us knew. It was as if the ship was an extension of her very soul, a bond that ran deeper than any of us knew. Her music was the key to our survival. With a final mournful note, she calmed the storm and brought the Guardian to its knees. The creature once so terrifying now seemed almost peaceful.
As the dust settled, a figure emerged from the dissipating form of the Guardian. It was a sight that none of us could have anticipated. It was a woman, her eyes filled with a wisdom that spoke of centuries. She seemed to carry the weight of ages in her gaze.
"You carry the mark of the Skyborn," she said, her voice echoing with ancient power. Her words resonated with a truth that we could feel in our very bones. "Follow me, children of the sky. Your destiny awaits." And with that, we knew our journey was far from over. The secrets of the Leviathan and our own destinies were still waiting to be uncovered.
The woman, who introduced herself as Lyra, led us through a hidden portal in the clouds. Her presence was both commanding and comforting, as if she had done this countless times before. We followed her, our hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and trepidation. We emerged into a breathtaking sight, Skyreach. The city seemed to float effortlessly, suspended in the sky like a dream made real. The air was crisp and filled with the scent of blooming flowers, carried by gentle breezes. It was even more magnificent than we could have imagined. Every corner of Skyreach held a new wonder, a new marvel that left us in awe. The expressions on our faces mirrored the sheer amazement we felt inside. The city, a marvel of ancient architecture and advanced technology, floated serenely amidst a sea of clouds. The buildings were a harmonious blend of the old and the new, with intricate carvings and sleek modern designs coexisting beautifully. Towers, crafted from the same shimmering metal as the Leviathan, pierced the heavens. These structures stood as a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of the Skyborn, their surfaces reflecting the sunlight in a dazzling display. Waterfalls cascaded from floating islands, creating rainbows in the mist. The sound of the water was soothing, a gentle reminder of the natural beauty that surrounded us. Each waterfall seemed to tell a story, a tale of the land from which it flowed. And everywhere, people with wings like those of giant birds, the Skyborn, went about their lives. Their wings were not just for show, they moved with grace and purpose, a living embodiment of freedom and strength.
Lyra explained that we were descendants of the Skyborn, our blood carrying the echo of their legacy. She spoke with a reverence that made us feel connected to something much larger than ourselves, a lineage that spanned eons. She spoke of a prophecy, of a time when the descendants would return to reclaim their birthright. Her words were filled with a sense of destiny, a call to action that resonated deeply within us.
Skyreach is yours now, she said, her eyes twinkling with hope. There was a warmth in her gaze, a belief in our potential that was both humbling and empowering. Use your gifts wisely, children of the sky. Her words were a reminder of the responsibility that came with our newfound heritage, a call to honor the legacy of the Skyborn. The fate of two worlds rests on your shoulders. The weight of her words settled upon us, a reminder of the journey ahead and the challenges we would face. But with it came a sense of purpose, a mission that we were ready to embrace.
Standing on the edge of Skyreach, looking out at the endless expanse of clouds, I felt a surge of excitement, of trepidation, of pure, unadulterated wonder. We'd faced countless dangers, overcome impossible odds. We'd found the Leviathan, battled a storm god, and discovered our true heritage. But this was just the beginning.
The fate of Skyreach, of our world and the world below, now rested in our hands.
And something told me, as I looked at my companions, their faces lit by the golden light of the setting sun, that this was only the first chapter in a much grander adventure.
The journey, it seemed, had just begun.